Have you ever stopped and wondered what's really going on inside your own head? Today, we're going to dive into the incredible work of Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman and meet the two characters that are basically running the show up there. It's a fascinating story of our fast instincts versus our slow, careful logic. Okay, to kick things off, let's do a quick mental test. Just look at the screen. You saw her dark hair, of course, but you also knew instantly that she was angry. You probably even got a vibe that she's about to say something not so nice, and all of that happened without any effort at all. That was an example of fast thinking. And now, look at this. You knew right away it was a multiplication problem, and you probably knew that you could solve it, but the answer didn't just pop into your head, did it? You could almost feel the mental gears grinding. That's the feeling of slow, deliberate, effortful thinking. That shift you just felt, going from the effortless glance at the face to the mental heavy lifting of the math problem, well, that's the whole story in a nutshell. Those two totally different experiences come from two very different systems in your brain. So let's go ahead and give these two characters their official names. Kahneman calls them System 1 and System 2, and believe me, they are the stars of your mental life. So first up, we've got System 1. This is the fast-thinking hero of our story. It's your gut reaction, your intuition. It's always on, working automatically and super quickly, with basically zero effort from you. It's the part of you that just looked at that woman's face and whispered, "She's angry." And then there's its trusty sidekick, System 2. This is your slower, more logical self. This is the part of your brain that you have to consciously wake up for the hard stuff, like complex math problems. It's the system that probably let out a little groan when it saw 17 times 24. So you can see how different they are, right? System 1 is impulsive, it's intuitive, it's a storyteller. System 2 is the careful, conscious editor, who, as we're about to see, can also be pretty lazy. System 1 is running 24/7, you have to choose to engage System 2. But this is where our story gets really interesting, because while System 1 is amazing and efficient, it's also got some serious biases. It makes predictable mistakes, and sometimes our instincts lie to us. Let's try another quick test. Take a look at this. Your System 1 is probably screaming an answer at you. Which of those horizontal lines looks longer? The bottom one, right? It seems totally obvious. But they're not. They are precisely the same length. I know, right? Go ahead and measure them if you need to. This is a classic visual illusion, and it's the perfect way to show the conflict that can happen between your two systems. And here's the really mind-bending part. Even now, after your logical System 2 knows for a fact that they're the same, your gut instinct System 1 still sees the bottom line is longer. You can't just turn the illusion off. That's how powerful System 1 is. This brings us to a huge idea in Kahneman's work, cognitive illusions. See, just like our eyes can be fooled, our thinking can be fooled too. And these aren't just random slip-ups, they are systematic, predictable biases that are baked into the very way our minds operate. So you might be asking, what causes these mental illusions? Well, to get to the bottom of it, we have to look at one of the biggest culprits out there, a powerful feature of System 1 that Kahneman gave a fantastic name. WYSIAT. YCAI. It's an acronym, and it stands for What You See Is All There Is. It means that your System 1 doesn't really care about the quality or the amount of information it gets. It just takes whatever's right in front of it and confidently spins the most believable story it possibly can. For instance, if I tell you about a leader named Mindic and I say she is intelligent and strong, what just happened in your brain? A positive image probably popped right into your head. You've likely already decided she's a pretty good leader. But notice what your mind didn't do. It didn't pause and ask, hold on, is she corrupt? Is she cruel? Nope. System 1 just grabbed those two adjectives and immediately jumped to a conclusion. That's YCIAT in action, and it's a huge reason why first impressions are so incredibly powerful. This leads us directly to a super common bias that's called the halo effect. This is our tendency to let one single positive or negative trait just spill over and color our entire perception of a person or even a product. Think about a really slick, confident speaker up on a stage. System 1 immediately creates this positive halo around them. And just because they look and sound the part, you're automatically inclined to think their ideas are genius, even if they're actually not that great. Your mind just wants a simple story where everything fits together nicely. So what can we do about all this? Are we just stuck with these flawed intuitions running our lives? Not at all. The key, according to Kahneman, isn't to fight System 1. You can't. It's to develop a richer vocabulary to spot these errors when they happen. Yeah, Kahneman's big hope is to improve the quality of our everyday chats, or as he playfully calls it, our gossip. He argues that when we can accurately identify and label the thinking mistakes of others, it makes it a whole lot easier to recognize them in ourselves. So, you should think of these concepts, the halo effect, WYSIAT, and other ones like hindsight bias or the anchoring effect, as diagnostic tools for your mind. When you can put a name to something, you gain power over it. It's like you suddenly have the language to see what's really happening beneath the surface. And this, right here, is the real payoff. This isn't just about being a better critic. The idea that someone else might call out our own biases using this precise language, well, that's a pretty powerful reason to start getting better at criticizing ourselves. Learning about these two systems doesn't mean you can just turn off your flawed System 1, but what it does do is give your System 2 a new superpower, the ability to pause, to slow down, and to ask, hey, wait a second, could this be a cognitive illusion at play? So the final question really isn't about whose thinking you'll question out there, it's about which of your own automatic judgments you'll decide to challenge first.